Hey guys, meet Tammy Lowe, the lazy northern gardener in Macomb Township, Michigan, which is zone 6A/B. It's really cold out today. It's bright, but it's chilly. But it is the perfect time to divide chives. And I am going to show you how simple it is. So, without further ado, alright, these are Josh's arches, and I am adding compost to the tops of the leaves. But first I am pulling out the plants that are existing in the beds. Here they've got spinach, there's spinach there, there's parsley there. There's nothing here, but there is chives. And there was one clump of chives in this bed. It was a very large clump right here. And I managed to divide them. Super simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clumps of chives now. And they are going to grow bigger. And then I'll be able to divide them. And chives are good because they're smelly. So it keeps like your rabbits away. Or deer are not drawn to chives. They don't like chives. And sometimes it will also prevent certain pests from finding the food. So chives are a good interrupter, is what Nicole Burke from Gardenary calls them, interrupters. So let me just show you what I got over here. Last fall, I grabbed leaves from the streets, from like the suburbs, and dumped them in the beds to decompose over the winter time. And so I need to rake my leaves back with one hand. See how this works. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Can you see it? There. Look at that. Below these leaves, this leaf layer, is also compost that I added last year to the bed. And so what I'm basically doing is I'm lasagna gardening, is because I have my compost here and I added chicken poop. So it's broken down over last year and over the fall and the winter. Then I have my leaves on top and sticks. And then I will be adding 3 bags of compost and manure all along the top of this after I rake it out. I'm going to loosen it up a little bit. This is chicken poop here that's decomposing. But I'm going to rake it and smooth the leaves really well. Add the compost and smooth it out like I've got in that bed there. And what's going to happen is these leaves are going to retain moisture. So the roots of what I grow in here are going to be very, very happy. They'll be moist. So in times of drought, the leaf layer will be moist. The sticks will be moist. The compost, there adheres to the ground in these beds. So there's no hardware cloth, which raises the risk of critters coming through. But it also means the earthworms and the nematodes and everything else can come up through the ground to decompose the rest of this. So we got compost on the bottom that's aged, and chicken poop. We got leaves. We'll have newer composted manure here, and they should be pretty happy. And everything I grow on the trellises themselves are going to be squashes, watermelons, pumpkins, which is squash, those kinds of things. When these are the kinds of things that grow really well in compost piles. So they're going to be very happy in these beds growing up and over. So anyway, Tam, you said chives. Okay, see this clump here? See how kind of movable it is? I'm just going to pull it down. I got a tiny shovel. Look at this little shovel. I love this little shovel. Super easy to use. What I didn't count on with this fencing, this is 2-foot covered fencing. It's kind of hard to lean over. So again, using my tools, as I've preached before, helps a lot. So I'm going to dig just down around it, loosen it, just like you would transplant any kind of perennial, because this is a perennial. It'll come back every year. Loosen it. Loosen it. And loosen it. Now this is going to be the tricky part. How can I show you? Let's see. How can I show you what's going on? I'm not holding the camera. I don't know. But I still want to be able to see that you can see. Alright, well let me pull this up first. And then I'll show you how to divide them. This is coming out really easy. Now the roots of chives, because they've been growing for a couple years, 2 years, I think? Yeah. The roots of chives are really thick. They're really long. See how long they are? But that doesn't matter. That just means they were looking for moisture down below. I have these in my herb bed, my raised kitchen, not kitchen, my raised metal movable herb bed. And the roots for those grew all the way down to the bottom of the metal herb bed. So when I pulled those out and divided them last year, they're going all the way down to the bottom. So chives, they don't really care. They're very forgiving. So I am just kind of getting them stirred off. It's cool. Like I said, it's nice and cool out right now. So they are not going to be disturbed at all. They're still kind of sleeping a little bit. I'm just getting the dirt off so I can see where my roots are. Not that it matters that much, really, for chives. Again, they are very forgiving. They just want to grow. They're one of the most easy plants you could ever, well, I'll save the grass for the chickens for later. One of the easiest plants you could ever grow. And like I mentioned before, chives are interrupters, like Nicole says. And they also are smelly. So deer and rabbit, things that usually like to eat your foods, are kind of put off by the smell. They don't like it. So, let's see if I can show you all these roots. See how pretty those are? Now the white part is usually under the soil. That's why it's white. Some people get white asparagus. And basically what they did is they grew it underground or without the light. Okay, now I can start like on the edge here. These edges here. Kind of break off a little bit. Just kind of wiggle it, see if it comes off. No, not yet. Okay, I'll try another bunch. Let's try. You see how they're like grouped? Just a little bit of group here, a little bit of group here. Okay, let's see. Might have to be, there we go. I have this bunch. Now I can replant it. Now these two here don't have any roots. They're not going to regrow. These, they are going to be just fine. So I'm going to keep them to the side. And when I go to prep the bed, I'm going to cover them up so they're like so they're in the shade, not right in the direct sun. But anyway, that's one group right there. I'm hoping for at least 6 like I had on the other one. Let's see how that goes. All right, let me try on a different side. Oh, there's worms in there too. Hello, worm. Go back on the soil. The chief likes to give the worms to the chickens, but I like to leave them in here. Unless I'm turning the soil over. If I'm turning the soil over for the chickens, then they can have the worms. So again, I'm kind of pulling hard because these roots are thick. Super thick. This one is thick enough. Could actually make 2 sections. It's just, oh, that one broke when let's see. Actually, I have several sections. Watch how they're just coming apart. That is super satisfying. If you're looking for a satisfying thing. Oh, shoot, now I'm on the sides. Hold on. I didn't realize that. I'm so sorry. Here. Now you don't have to tilt your head. There. Super satisfying. Sections. So that's 2 sections. And that is 3 sections. And this was a section. I thought I broke one off though, so I can't use it. So that's basically 4 right now. And I still have these big clumps here. So what I may do is I may end up putting them in all different places around the yard. Like under the birch beds, other places like that. This one looks like it wants to be 3 clumps, but I don't know. Yeah, I can do that. They grow fast. There's a little worm. You see him? See a little worm? Hello, wormy. Squirmy wormy. Go back in the soil. Alright. So now I am up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clumps already. Let's see. This could be 7. I take out, there's some grasses in there too, so like I'm just gonna take them out. You toss those in for the birds, the chickens. This one. Ooh, that's a good one. See how long those roots are? Very happy plants. And put this one. That's just a tiny one. I have room for it. I can find a place for it. And this one, I think it's pretty happy by itself. And there's another worm. Hello, worm. I'm telling you, this is some good dirt. Apparently, you're not supposed to call it dirt. It's soil. Don't call it dirt. Put you back in there. Let's see. These are just little baby ones. I'm not going to put those back in. All right, so I do have 6 clumps is what I was looking for. 1, 2. Let me take the bigger ones. 3, 4, 5. I have 6, 7, 8. I only need 7. So I'll take, or 6. I'll take 7 and 8, and the little ones. Keep those for later. And then when I go to plant them, let's see, there. When I go to plant them, I'm going to put them about the same soil level that they were. Like, see where the white part is? I'm going to try to bury them is that deep, because these were hiding from the sun. That's why they're white. So the soil level will be up to here, or composted manure level will be up to here when I replant them. So, Tammy Lowe, the lazy northern gardener, dividing chives, refreshing Josh's arches. And like I said, it's a great time to do this. It's nice and cool. They love the cool, and then when it rains, they're just gonna get watered right in. And I will water them. I will water them in, make sure there's no air pockets. But they're gonna grow great, and they're gonna detract the bad bugs. It's gonna confuse them and be an interrupter, and it's also going to keep critters who don't like the garlicky, chivy, the smelly stuff. They're gonna, if they take a bite of it, they won't like it, so they would be less likely to get into the gardens. So anyway, it's Tuesday, March 30th. One more day, and then it's April Fool's Day. So signing off. Love you guys. Oh, forgot my gloves. Love you guys. Learn and grow some more. Bye.